So good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I welcome you all to the 763 meeting of Medley Toastmaster Club. Hope you are doing good. New Year you would have taken the vision or whatever you would have taken. So similar to that, Toastmaster also has the mission. The mission of the Toastmaster is to provide the learning and positive learning experience to the members, which are empowered by to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in personal growth and self-confidence. That's the mission of Toastmasters. And before going to the meeting, I want to mention a few of the ground rules. The one, you should please switch off your mobile phones or put it in the silent mode. As Toastmasters, we don't talk sex, religion, politics in our speeches, and I request everyone not to move here and there, and don't cross-stack. So may be attentive and make the session is an enjoyable one, and please cheer up the speakers with your smiles and claps. And with this, I will hand over the session to the President of the club, Venkataseshan.
Thank you, Sergeant Dance, Toastmaster Thamalavel, for setting up the ground rules. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year.
Before I start today's session, I would like to open today's meeting with the sound of this gavel, meeting number 763 of the Toastmasters Club. I welcome all the dignitaries who are present here today. Toastmaster Saravanan, our area director of area C3. DTM Thomas Abraham, past district PR manager of district 82 and past president of Medley Toastmasters Club. DTM Sundar Raman, twice past president of Medley Toastmasters Club. DTM Guru Prasad, past area governor, district governor of district 82 and past president of Medley Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Kalyan, who is the district parliamentarian of district 120. All fellow members, good afternoon to all of you. Before I get into the main core of this meeting, I would like to announce Star of the Month for the last 3 months, which we couldn't do due to some reasons. October 2023, Star of the Month goes to Toastmaster Rajesh Sahu. Whoever is present here, I request them to come on stage. Rising Star of the Month for the month of October 2023, Toastmaster Pridarshini Rajamani. For the month of November 2023, Star of the Month goes to Toastmaster Vijay Rajan. So you need to share your phone with someone else. Rising Star of the Month for the month of November 2023, Toastmaster Pearl. Now for the month of December 2023, Star of the Month, our area director, Toastmaster Saravanan. Rising Star of the Month. Rising Star of the Month, Toastmaster Sree. Congratulations. Recently, I was reading a Harvard Business Review article where they discussed about, they studied about organizations which are there for more than 100 years, which are into perpetuity. One of the key core reasons that they have found for a thriving organization of that kind is mainly because of their leadership succession planning, which is the core of their success throughout a century. Toastmasters International, being a century-old organization, is a core example of such organization belief, where they have come up with a succession planning for the executive committee of the clubs which are under the Toastmasters International. Medley Toastmasters Club, which is a standing example of such clubs under Toastmasters International, has very good history of creating a successful leaders year after year, term after term. This term is not only a New Year's first meeting of this term today, it's also the installation of the new ExCom of our Medley Toastmasters Club. Today we have our Area Director Toastmaster Saravanan, who will be presiding over the installation ceremony of today's the ExCom for the new term. I invite Toastmaster Saravanan to conduct the installation ceremony.
Good afternoon, Medley. How are you all doing? Excellent. Today's meeting is not just a special meeting. It's a momentous one. Why? ExCom installation, first meeting in this new year, and 763 stands for what? Sweet 16. So all this stands for a celebration. The current leaders who have done a tremendous job with respect to the leadership as well as communication journey are paving way for the new set of leaders. Now it's my duty to install the new set of leaders who will be leading the communication as well as leadership journey for Medley for the next 6 months. Will the outgoing officers please stand up or raise their hands as I call out their names? Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Dharan, Treasurer Toastmaster Prasanna Vani, Secretary Toastmaster Anuradha, Vice President Public Relations Toastmaster Suhail, Vice President Membership Toastmaster Pravda, Vice President Education Toastmaster Prasanna Vani, and President Toastmaster Venkataseshan. On behalf of Toastmasters International as well as District 120, I thank all of you for your accomplishments. Thank you. You are all discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as officers of Medley Toastmasters Club. Thank you. New officers, when I call each of you, please come forward. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Tamilavel. Treasurer Toastmaster Kumaresan. Secretary Toastmaster Pearl. Vice President Public Relations Toastmaster Vijay Rajan. Vice President Membership Toastmaster Anuradha. Vice President Education Toastmaster Pravda. President Toastmaster Prasanna Vani. I am here to install the officers of Medley Toastmasters Club and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. The collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life, to listen with sensitivity, think creatively, and speak in an effective manner. There's a script out there and I have to read all these stuff. So please listen to this very carefully because this will be useful not only for the ExCom officers but also for the rest of the members as well. As I briefly describe the responsibilities of each officer, I ask him or her to hold the gavel as a symbol of leadership. Sergeant Arm, yeah, you can come here. No. Hold it. You can come here. Toastmaster Tamilavel, The duties of Sergeant Arms are to make sure that all supplies and materials are properly distributed or displayed at meetings. Greet guests and members and call the meeting to order at the scheduled time. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Sure, I will.
Thank you. Pass it on to Treasurer Toastmaster Kumaresan. The duties of the treasurer are to collect dues from the members, send the dues and the membership renewal reports to Toastmasters International, and pay the club's expenses. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you. Secretary Toastmaster Pearl. The duties of the secretary are to keep an accurate record of the members, submit the officer list to Toastmasters International after the election, and keep the club charter, constitution as well as bylaws and minutes. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. VP Public Relations. Toastmaster Vijayarajan. The duties of the Vice President Public Relations are to promote the club to the local media, spread the word about membership programs, and attend Toastmasters events. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. VP Membership Toastmaster Ananthan. As the Vice President Membership, your duties are to conduct ongoing membership building programs, explain the educational program to the prospective members and ask them to join, and follow up on new members and absent members. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Okay. VP Education, Toastmaster Prada. The duties of the Vice President Education are to plan successful meetings to help the members achieve their educational goals, orient new members to the Toastmasters program as soon as they join, and monitor members' progress. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. President Toastmaster Prasanna Vani. Having been elected as the president of the club, you are its chief executive officer and will be expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular as well as special meetings of the executive committee. It's your challenge to see that the club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It's also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please accept the gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to office. The gavel is a symbol of the power and authority given to you by the membership of the club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team and a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It's an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone will be proud. Will you, as president, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters installed into the offices to which they have been elected. Thank you all. Now can I request every one of you to stand up, please? The growth and development of the Toastmasters program depends largely on the actions of this group. On your honor as men and women of Toastmasters, will you pledge to individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it, and work with it throughout the coming year?
Yes, yes.
Excellent. Thank you. Please. I wish Medley India Toastmasters Club a very successful year. I will turn over the control to our new president, Toastmaster Prasanna Vani.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed an honor to be elected to serve as the president of Medley Toastmasters Club. It is like taking on the captaincy of the Indian cricket team. Why do I say so? We have a rich legacy behind. We have a group of talented team players who always put in their very best in everything that they do. And also, there is the responsibility of meeting the high expectations that Medley has always set. This great opportunity was possible only through the support of every member of this club. Looking back, I remember the day at work when my head of the department asked the group of us, who is interested in giving a talk at the city branch meet? Sitting in that room, I tried my best to avoid eye contact with my HOD. I was hoping I get some emergency call to just run away from that room. I shivered in the thought of speaking in front of an audience on a subject which I was very comfortable with. My HOD asked me, why are you giving up on an opportunity? That was me 2 years back. That made me think, why am I giving up my opportunity? The answer to that question is ironically also a question. The question, can I do it? This question, can I do it, stands like a huge wall blocking us from realizing our vision. In Toastmasters, I learned that I can, and I took up the opportunities that came along to say, I will. And then I would go about figuring how to do that. It started with my secretary term, when I became a better listener. During my VP Public Relations term, I learned technology and the art of communicating with creativity. In my VP term, I learned goal setting and planning. The more I sought, the more I got. The more I gave, the more I grew. And that has brought me here to this momentous day. As a proud member of the Medley Toastmasters Club, I understand that the club is a collective force of its members. The success of the club comes from the success of every single member. In line with that, the vision for this term is to enable and empower every single member to reach their goals and to ensure that we ease out the process of the various ExCom officers in fulfilling their responsibilities. Let us aim that 100% of our members complete at least one level by this term. We will have a process of feedback for all the role players like TMOD and tag role players too. At every meeting, we will have an education booth where we will help clarify doubts on pathways, Basecamp, Easy Speak. For the guests, we will have an all about Toastmasters booth where we will help you understand the Toastmasters program. We will also have a recognition section where we will help members plan their eligibility to be able to receive the various recognitions given by a district. Our public relations activities will be focused on the real world skills which Toastmasters offers. For us to do these, we need your support. Complete the member interest survey for you to set goals and for us to give you the necessary opportunities. Buddy your guest during a meeting. Be a part of the various ExCom subcommittees. Cascade a social media post for a greater reach. Call up your mentor, mentee, or a friend who hasn't been coming for a long while and ask them, why are you giving up the opportunities you sought for? What we seek is often within the reach of those who believe I can and say I will to the opportunities in life. In Toastmasters, we have opportunities at plenty. The more you say I will, the more closer you move towards your goals. As ExCom officers, we are here to help you empower and facilitate your progress towards your goals. Come, join us as we work towards our self-development. Come join us as we learn together, grow together, and excel together. Come, join me as we keep the flag of Medley flying higher than ever before. Thank you. Looking forward to it. With this, I call upon the person who is going to lead the meeting forward. This person has been enticing all of us with gulab jamuns and marbles since yesterday night. She's doing it not only because she's the Toastmaster of the day, she would do it for every meeting. That is how passionate she is about Medley. Especially if there's a special meeting happening and you happen to miss it, she will ensure that you call up the fire engine to your house to quench the burning which happens inside. And that is our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anuradha, Dr. Toastmaster Anuradha. Good afternoon, my dear Medley members and my guest. What is the today's theme? Okay, I request all of you to repeat after me. Okay, memorize the word. Doro Dango. Doro Dango. Who is there? Doro Dango. Thank you so much. Anybody Googled what is Doro Dango? Excellent. That's the success of today's theme. It is an ancient Japanese art where a small ball of mud is constantly rolled and polished until it becomes shiny. That is Doro Dango. Initially, a small portion of mud will be taken and it will be rolled to a round shape using hand. Then they will be adding the colored sand layer by layer. It will take time and it will need lot of focus till it become a shiny ball. So that is a Doro Dango. Creating something beautiful from something done. I'll repeat. Creating something beautiful from something done. That is the reason for why I am repeating. Similarly, in Toastmasters, the pathways and projects were designed in such a way to improve our leadership skills and communication skills, to convert an ordinary man to Superman. I'll tell you how. The speeches in the Toastmasters are designed to improve our writing skill, communication skill, as well as to improve our confidence. Table topic, our impromptu speech, that will make us to think on our feet and helpful in facing difficult situations or persons in personal life or in professional life. And speech evaluation will help us to assess a person or situation positively. Then taking up tag role, timer, accounter and grammarian role will improve our listening skill and also communication skill. And also it will help us to learn new words and concepts. Taking up XCOM role, it will improve our leadership skills, which will help us in our professional life. So overall, Toastmaster will make you shine better than before. And how to do it? What should you do for that? We'll discuss later. Before that, for the benefit of guests, I'll tell the regular Toastmaster proceedings. We have 3 sections in every Toastmaster meeting. One is prepared speech, second is table topic, third is evaluation. In prepared speech, the member will be delivering the speech according to the pathway and the level of the project. And in table topic or impromptu speech, particular topic will be given and a Toastmaster and guests will be called and will be asked to talk about the topic. And third part is evaluation session, where the evaluators will be giving feedbacks about the prepared speech. This is about the 3 parts of our Toastmaster meeting. Now, to take the meeting forward, I'll request our general evaluator. He is a person, always he will start with, how are you doing? So all of you know. Then he is Toastmaster since 2006, ex-president of Medley Toastmaster Club, current area director of C3, and he is the installation officer for our today's installation. He likes to be on stage and make people smile. Let us welcome Toastmaster Saravanan.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Just for a moment, I will wear the area director hat again because the past president or the immediate past president would like to hand over a pin to the new president.
goes from the past president to the next president as a formality, as a legacy from the club. So as the past president of Medley Toastmasters Club, I hand over this pin to Toastmasters.
And I would like to hand over this immediate past president pin to Toastmaster Venkataseshan.
Thank you.
She wants to say.
Yes, sure. Sure. Actually, the president mentioned that she feels like an Indian team captain. Maybe it starts with the rolling cup or rolling pin as such. Now I wear the general evaluator hat again. What is this? A coin. Okay. A coin has how many sides? Two sides. Likewise, communication also has two sides. What are they? Verbal, non-verbal. As a general evaluator, this is my duty to observe both verbal and non-verbal communications that happens over the entire proceedings of the meetings, and it's my duty to evaluate the entire proceedings of the meeting, as well as to understand, orchestrate, and share my thoughts of the entire meeting at the end of this session. For this, I have a team also to help me with that. But why are we doing this evaluation? Anybody? You see, Toastmasters is a cross-section of the entire society. We can see homemakers, house husbands, as well as professionals, doctors, engineers are all part of Toastmasters. And it's their duty to evaluate. They do that evaluation every now and then, whether it is their home or office or professional life, everywhere they do the evaluation, right? So in Toastmasters also we do the evaluation. But why we do the evaluation?
To improve.
To improve ourselves, right? So there are three ways it can help us to improve. One is the way we communicate, the critical thinking, as well as the planning and organization skills that can be developed when we come to the stage and evaluate the people who are coming to the stage as such. And my purpose here is to ensure that whoever is coming to the stage, we evaluate as a team. At the same time, you also pick up pen and paper if you have that. Or please make a mental note of what each and every person who is coming here to the stage is doing. So that if it resonates with the findings as well as the orchestration that we as a team are doing, please just make a mental note of that as well. Because everybody is an evaluator. Whether you sit here or sit there, you are an evaluator of your life as well as your professional life and everything. And whatever you do, please make a note of that. And it's my duty also to ensure that whoever is coming onto the stage will come to the stage next time as well. Because we are as a team will provide a conservative as well as the feedback which is very much necessary for them so that they can come back here and do their work again or do their roles again properly. Now let me introduce my team that is called as tag team. First is the timer. What is something that we spend in everyday's life? That's an expensive thing that we spend.
Time.
Excellent, time. So now it's my duty to introduce the timer of the day as well. I know there's a change in the timer, right? So it's a TT topic for me as well. Okay. Before introducing the timer, I would like to say that this person has carved a niche in Medley Toastmasters Club. Whether it is all the role that he is playing or the evaluation that the person is doing, everything has a niche tag to that. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Jagan.
My sincere thanks to Pravda for giving me this role because it's been a long time I played the timer. I don't remember the script, but I'll go with the flow. Today, as a timer, I'll be helping the speakers. As a timer, my responsibility is to note the timing of the speakers. Prepared speakers, it started from the installation ceremony, and even before that, as we all know in the agenda, it mentions the time for the Sergeant at Arms as well as the Presiding Officer's address. I was not able to record them, but I recorded the installation ceremony, the incoming presidents, and then it goes on for till the end of the meeting. So for the prepared speeches, today we have 3 prepared speeches, and 2 of them 5 to 7 minutes. One of them is 3 to 4 minutes. When The speaker reaches 5 minutes, I'll show the green card. I'll be sitting right opposite. When the speaker reaches 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. When the speaker reaches 7th minute, I'll show the red card. There's a 30 seconds grace time after the 7th minute. I'll keep showing the red card until the speaker gets off stage. With the green and amber card, if the speaker acknowledges, I'll put down those two cards. For the third speech, which is TM Sundararaman is delivering a speech for 3 to 4 minutes. At the start of 3 minutes, when the timer reaches 3 minutes, I'll show the green card. 3.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 4th minute, I'll show the red card and keep showing that. For the evaluators, it's the same: 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and then 3 minutes. For the table topic speakers, which will also be introduced by the table topic master, but for the table topic speakers, it is 1 to 2 minutes. At the end of first minute, I'll show the green card. At the end of 1.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. At the end of 2 minutes, I'll show the red card, and I'll keep showing the red card until the speaker gets off stage. Everybody, all of us have a 30 seconds grace time after the red card is come up. Now, why the grace time? Because that differentiates between whether we are qualified for the voting or not. So at the end of the meeting, when the general evaluator calls for my report, I'll detail the timing that has been taken.
The next role player is the R-counter. The R-counter role is played by a person who is a homemaker, and this person is part of a voluntary organization, and her dream is to make this organization big as well as reach more people and make a difference to the life of the people as well. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Prasanna Sree.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. I saw this ad quite some time back. It's an anti-aging cream ad where there is a model and there is a certain breed of dog with a lot of foldable skin. I don't know if some of you recollect. And the caption goes this: not all people or not all things look good with wrinkles. In the same way, filler words and repetitive words sound very pleasant when it comes from a baby. When they try something new, whatever they do sounds nice. But from people like us on the stage or anywhere for that matter, doesn't sound too very pleasant. The role of an R-counter is pretty dicey. Every other role has a sandwich approach to it, but whereas the R-counter is a total moral policing role, where we have to only find mistakes of people and take sadistic pleasure out of it. But please don't make me do that. I would request all of you all to avoid using ahs, ers and repetitive words to the maximum extent possible and make my life a lot easier. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Praveena. Now I would like to introduce the grammarian role. The grammarian role is being played by a person who likes to weave magic in her words through her motivational words as such. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Sree.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
As grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language or any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it's my duty to introduce a word of the day. And for today's meeting, the word of the day is ephemeral. Ephemeral refers to something that is short-lived, transient or fleeting. Example, the beauty of a blooming flower is ephemeral, lasting for a short moment. So, each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting and also give the report on the usage of the word of the day.
Actually, both the theme of the day as well as the word of the day complement each other. Both are tongue twisters. Okay, fine. So with this, I have introduced the entire tag team, timer, counter, as well as grammarian. Now, I would like to sit back and relax and then orchestrate all the proceedings and everything. I would like to hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day. I'll come back during the evaluation.
Now it's a time for prepared speech. I would like to call the first speaker. He is working as a senior architect in Ericsson, sports enthusiast, enjoy watching movies, likes to spend time with his kids. He believes in putting honest effort will lead to desired result. He is Toastmaster Barath. So before calling him, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Shankar, to read out the
Today, our target speaker, Toastmaster Barath, it is attempting from Motivational Strategy Pathway, Level 1, Part 3, Introduction to Vocal Varieties and Body Language. The project objective is for the member to practice using vocal variety as well as body language to enhance the speech. All the best. Over to you.
Thank you. Now I welcome Toastmaster Barath. He is giving the speech in the pathway Motivational Strategy, Level 1, Project 3, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. Title, You Are Different. Toastmaster Barath, you are different.
Thank you.
You are different, Toastmaster Barath.
Bharat, you are again late to school today. Sorry sir, I'll be on time tomorrow. This is what you said yesterday too. When other students can be on time, why can't you? You are different. This is the last and final boarding call for passenger Bharat traveling by Indian Airlines flight to Pune. Hi Bharat. Sir, you're late. All passengers are already on boarded. You are different. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Time and I are never friends. He doesn't wait for me. Time always runs ahead of me and never stops for me to catch up with him. Hence, I have been tagged as a latecomer always. I have tried many times to fix this problem of mine, but it is always ephemeral. With lot of unending miseries, I tried to fix, but then finally I decided to take advice from my friend. You know, one thing you can make a friend happy is when you call them and ask for their advice. My friend too was happy that I called him, and he was double happy that I called him for advice. And I called him. Hey Satish, I need your help to fix my problem with time. Why? What problem with time? Because I cannot wake up early and I cannot keep up with time. Oh, then set an alarm in the morning. You will fix. Brilliant idea, na? Brilliant idea? Okay, I will try. So I decided to try my friend's idea. Not because I was a sincere friend or his idea was brilliant, but just because I wanted to fix my problem. So next day I kept my alarm at 6 and I went to bed. Next morning the alarm went off at 6 and me and my phone were just playing the snoozing game. And my phone gave up and I woke up only at 8 a.m. My friend was 100% sure that his brilliant idea has worked and he called me the next day to find out. Hey, my idea worked, na? Your idea failed, Satish. When it can work for others, why not for you? You are different. And few months later, I was asked to travel for a project by my company, along with 2 other colleagues. All the travel arrangements was made, and I had to catch the early morning flight. So I again called my friend Satish for help. Hey Satish, I need your help. I need to catch an early morning flight. Early morning flight? Then better don't sleep the entire night. Don't sleep the entire night. How come? Watch 2 movies. You will be awake. You will not miss the flight. Okay, let me try. So I downloaded 2 movies and I started to watch the movies. So the first movie ended at 3 a.m. I was happy. I was confident that I will not miss the flight. So I went and I washed my face and I came back and I started to watch the next movie. You all must have washed your face during exams for studying, but I did for watching movies. And the second movie started, and the second movie ended at 4:30. And now I was overconfident that I'll not miss the flight, and I have 30 more minutes left. And guess what? I dozed off. But wait, I woke up at 5, but not 5 a.m., but 5 p.m. And at 5 p.m, Bharat, what have you done? I immediately took my phone and I saw there were missed calls from my boss and super bosses, and there were messages. And when reading the message, I felt, why shouldn't be I having this mobile? And I was feeling guilty and ashamed. The next day I had to go to the office. And when you're guilty and ashamed, and when you travel, and you imagine whoever is looking at you are yelling at you. And I was waiting at the traffic signal, and I imagined the traffic police yelling at me for missing the flight. And I walked into the office, and I didn't make eye contact with anyone. I was just walking like this, and I silently went and sat in my seat. I got a ping from my boss asking me to come to his cabin. And I went to his cabin. I felt I was entering the boxing ring with my boss ready to punch me. And I went to the cabin. I was yelled and shouted. And I came back, and when I was coming back, I realized the importance of bosses having cabin. It just ensures that your colleagues don't hear what your boss is scolding you. And now it's the redemption phase. After all this embarrassment, I decided to myself, I gave a commitment to myself, come what may, next 6 months to 1 year, I will fix this problem of mine. And I signed up for a gym at 6 a.m. in the morning. And this time, I said I will do it. And for the next 6 to 1 month, I was consistent, and I slowly improved my time. And slowly, I started to befriend time. And me and time were friends. And in fact, I started running ahead of time. And a year later, when all these things have improved, my reputation in office also improved. And a year later, there was a project which my company had to deliver, and they failed. And because of this, the client held back all the payments to my company. With all the payments being held back, and my company being in a sad state, and with all the options being exploited, and my boss finally decided with much reluctance to send me to the project. And this time, I traveled, but I was on time. I traveled, I delivered the project successfully, and I came back happy home. And you know what? The client made all the payments to the company. The next day, I had to go to the office. And this time, when I entered the office, I was voluntarily making eye contact with everyone in the office. I went and I sat in my seat. And I got a ping from my boss asking me again to come to his cabin. And when I went this time, when I walked up this cabin, I was ready for the punch. And when I entered the cabin, I was appreciated and applauded for all the efforts in restoring back the company's pride. And it was a time I said to myself, yes, I am different. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. You are different. Next, I would like to call the second speaker. She is M.Tech student at VIT, Chennai, a passionate poet, and secretary of Medley in the current term. It is within 8 months of her joining, she became secretary, and she is a Pearl of Medley. She is Toastmaster Pearl Ann. Before calling her, I would like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Sundaresan. Tell the objectives. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Toastmaster Pearl is the speaker under dynamic leadership, evaluation and feedback, second speech. And the speech purpose is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. Second, purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Speech title, Harmony in Hierarchy. Good wishes to the bundle of joy and confidence, Madam Toastmaster Pearl.
Thank you. Now I like to call Toastmaster Pearl. Harmony in hierarchy, Toastmaster Pearl. Toastmaster Pearl, harmony in hierarchy.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today, I'm here to explore with you a topic that is in the heart of its progress. The driving force behind transformative change, the power of leadership and followership. Have you ever marveled at the orchestration of a symphony? Each instrument playing a unique role, guided by a conductor who brings harmony to that composition. In the same vein, the world is a symphony of ideas, talents, and actions, guided by conductors of change, leaders, and powered by the relentless spirit of followership. Leadership is not about titles or corner offices. It is about the profound ability to inspire, to see possibilities in the midst of challenges, and to chart a course even when the destination seems uncertain. A true leader is a visionary, a motivator, and a catalyst for progress. Consider the great leaders who have shaped history. The visionaries like Nelson Mandela, who, against all odds, led South Africa out of the apartheid. Or Marie Curie, whose pioneering spirit in science opened doors to new realms of understanding. These leaders didn't merely dictate, they inspired, rallied, and led by example. Yet, the narrative of leadership is incomplete without acknowledging the unsung heroes of followership. Followership is not about subservience. It's the heartbeat of the movement. Now think about the civil rights movement led by Martin Luther King Jr. A monumental change fueled not just by one man's dream, but by the collective courage of many who believed in it. Leadership and followership are not opposing forces. They are dance partners in the intricate ballet of progress. Picture this as a symbiotic relationship where the leader provides vision, guidance, and inspiration, and the follower infuses the movement with energy, dedication, and resilience. In every success story, there are individuals like you and me who, without holding the spotlight, play a pivotal role in bringing vision to reality. Consider a flourishing company where a visionary CEO provides direction, but it's the dedicated employees, each playing their role with passion and commitment, which propels the vision forward. Therefore, in conclusion, my dear friends, let's embrace the understanding that we are both a leader and a follower, and that we have the power to lead by example, to inspire a positive change, and to contribute to the collective progress of our nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paul. You showed your unique. Now let us move to the third speech. Third speaker is young, energetic, and dynamic Toastmaster, and he is a founder and CEO of Jigneshika, Toastmaster since 2010, President of Medley Toastmaster Club twice. In short, Ulagam Sutrum Valiban. He is distinguished Toastmaster Sundararaman Chintamani. Before calling him on stage, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Priyadarshini, to tell the objectives.
Good afternoon to all my fellow Toastmasters and guests. TM Sundararaman sir is presenting Engaging Humor Level 3. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice delivering social speech in front of club members. He is going to present a special speech before us, and the time allotted is 3 to 4 minutes. All the best to you, sir.
So till he gets ready with his speech, we'll discuss about the theme. What is the theme? Cake color. Doro Dango. Okay. So let me share my experience. How I was like from a mud to a Doro Dango. How the conversation happened in me. When I joined the medical college, I was thinking I was an excellent teacher. I was overconfident. I was able to make my student understand everything. But it was not so. After joining Toastmaster only, I realized, because before Toastmasters, that is BTM, before Toastmasters and after Toastmasters, I have two phases, like Dr. Toastmaster Pravda used to tell. Before Toastmaster, I used to tell my students once in 10 minutes, listen, it is very important. Keep quiet, don't talk, don't look outside. Like that I used to tell. But after Toastmaster, I learned how to grab their attention from the beginning till end. Now I have control over the students. So that is a great thing. I feel as a teacher I have improved in my. Another thing is confidence. Previously when I was called for a conference talk, I used to be tensed. But nowadays I was very confident. Even I was ready to talk the impromptu speech in any college thing. And another thing is, after taking EXCOM role, that is after taking secretary role, initially I felt very difficult because it needs lot of listening skill. But in past 6 months, I learned the listening skill. Now my listening skill has improved than before. Another thing is script writing. While preparing speeches, during my first speech preparation, I have changed so many times. So I found very difficult to write a speech, that is icebreaker speech. You know, the first speech is icebreaker speech. I found very difficult to write about me. So I took long time to write, but now within hours I am able to write the speech because of the skill which I learned in Toastmasters. That helps me in preparing for my classes also. Now I am able to prepare well for the classes according to the need of the students. So I know now where to start and where to stop. Previously I was not that much confident. Now Toastmaster has given me the confidence and courage and to control the audience, whoever it may be. Now I am confident enough to speak in front of public. So it has increased my public speaking skill as well as communication skill and leadership skill. Now over to the third speaker, young, energetic, Ulagam Sutru Maliban, distinguished Toastmaster Sinthaman.
Thank you Toastmaster Sree. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, I stand before you with full of happiness and a sense of gratitude as I raise the toast for the visionary leader, Dr. Rolf Medley. In our personal and professional life, very few individuals who left an indelible mark and impacting others' life through their sheer passion and vision. And Dr. Rolf Medley is one such individual who has impacted millions across the globe. So we all think that Dr. Rolf Medley started this movement in 1924. So the reality is, actually, as soon as he got graduated in 1903, he joined YMCA, Young Men Christian Association, and immediately he felt the need for organization to improve the communication skill as well as organizing abilities amongst the young men. Immediately he started a club. So at that time, I'm not sure whether the Toastmaster word was used, but like all of us, he also had a professional interference. He got transferred to another city called Freeport. So again, with his sheer dedication and perseverance, he started a similar movement there at Freeport, and at this time he started trying to woo the young businessmen
but somehow he didn't succeed. And fortunately he got back to, he was, again he came back to a place called Santana, so where the ambience was so conducive and he had a lot of like-minded people. So that is when he started formulating everything, and then he started the Toastmaster Club. On October 22nd, 1924, he started the first official meeting, Toastmaster International, and this year, October 24, we will be celebrating our 100th, our centenary celebrations. As we embark on 2024, I am so happy to raise the toast for our Dr. Rolf Medley. Dr. Rolf Medley, actually, as soon as he started this movement in 1924, immediately inquiries started coming from rest of the places, and he did not stop or he did not content with one club. So immediately he started to set the process in place, and he started developing the written process manuals. So 10 lessons, and then the performance guidance. So 2 such manuals he started writing, and he has also started, he had the business sense, and he wanted to protect the copyrights, intellectual property rights. Immediately he applied for the trademark kind of stuff. In fact, many of us, we freely use the term table topics. Actually, this is a trademark item of Toastmaster International. So with the process in place, actually he tried to bring in the Dorodango moment, so where he tried to cultivate the raw into the shiny objects, and with that the process in place, today this particular movement is prevalent in more than 141 countries. And one of the popular sayings of Dr. Rolf Medley is, we learn the best at the moment of enjoyment. And that is how he ensured that the Toastmaster meetings are very conducive, and we mutually learn from yet another. So on this particular day, I am so happy to raise the toast for our beloved visionary leader, thought leader, Dr. Rolf Medley. I request you all to stand up and join me in raising the toast. Cheers, Dr. Rolf Medley. Cheers. Can I request the photographer to come here and then take a picture or a short video? Three cheers to Dr. Rolf Medley. Thank you so much.
Take a shot through the glass.
Okay, make a video also.
Take a
poster.
Put it in front. Yeah.
Dr. Rolf Medley, 3 cheers. Thank you so much, Dr. Rolf Medley, and let us continue this journey. Thank you. Over to TMOD.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster. Sundaram Chittamani. Now we have 30 seconds drink break.
And cups to be disposed outside.
Meanwhile, timer, can you please read out the names of the qualified speakers?
Toastmaster Barath, distinguished Toastmaster Sundaram.
Thank you, timer. I request all of you to vote for the speaker for whom you feel the best. Now we'll move to the table topic session. To conduct the session, we have a person. She is an MCA graduate, worked in an IT company for 10 years. Now, a full-time homemaker, enjoying her slow-paced life and Toastmaster life in Medley. And special thing is, she is a pet lover. She is Toastmaster Kausalya. I welcome Toastmaster Kausalya to conduct the table topic.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I enjoy coming to Medley whenever I am giving speech. I enjoy more when I listen to the speeches. One dreaded session is the TT session, but I am free. Last session, my mentor, Toastmaster Saravanan, said, take a minute, absorb the question and answer it for TT, so it will be easy. The questions are easy. Let's just enjoy this TT session. I would like to call upon and distinguished Toastmaster Thomas sir. If ignorance is bliss, why do people seek knowledge? If ignorance is bliss, why do people seek knowledge?
Thank you very, very much. We say that success is the product of failure. So do we all try and fail so that we become successful? I think this question and your question are born together. They are twins of a particular type. I think these are not to be taken literally. Each, when separated, have a meaning. Each, when separated, have a meaning. Failure making you successful because since you've experienced failure, you know when it comes and you duck and you avoid, and by avoiding that pitfalls, you become successful. Of course, but then people like Pearl make a lot more poetry and say failure is a stepping stone for success. All those metaphors come in. Now the question that you have is the same. Ignorance, if ignorance were so great, we wouldn't have been seated here. There would have been nobody in Toastmasters. Even Ralph Medley, the visionary, would have failed. So therefore, ignorance is nothing for us to chase. I would take this as something that makes me smile at 4 o'clock on a Saturday evening. With all due respect, you ma'am, for the benefit of all of the members so that we don't get it wrong, abhor ignorance, go for knowledge. We have come all this way only on the steps of knowledge. Why do we send our children? Do we send them, lock them up in the bedroom, or we send them to school? So I'm glad we have a set of people who cannot be misled even by you with a mischievous question like that. I'm so glad I'm in the midst of such people, in the midst of Toastmasters that respects knowledge. Okay.
Next, I would like to call upon distinguished Toastmaster Guru Prasad sir. What is your opinion about foreigners settling here in India? What is your opinion about foreigners settling here in India?
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master, dear Toastmasters and friends around. Good afternoon. Indians are famous for living all over the world. We have started spreading ourselves away, become real global citizens. Then why should we stop foreigners coming to India and staying with us? After all, there is a famous Tamil quote that says, Yadum Ure, Yavarum Kelir, which means everything is our own town, everyone is our own relative. So when it applies to Indians, it should obviously apply to people from other nations. Then we become a global family. So to your question, I am for people moving around, settling down or working or going back globally. We need not restrict unless they go with some clandestine motive of spoiling that country's sovereignty or culture or doing some naughty things over there. Otherwise, we are happy having foreigners over here. Meaning, some foreigners came here centuries ago, tried to settle down. They did not settle down. They absorbed everything. We don't want such foreigners to come here and settle down. We want friends, share your knowledge. Again, my Guruji, Mahakavi Bharati said, Sentrivir etuthikum, Kalai Chelvangal Yavum Korandingi Serpi. He advised us to go to all 8 directions, bring all the knowledge, all the culture, all the values to our country. Same way, let them come here, learn our knowledge, our culture, take it back. I welcome all the foreigners to India, settle down, be brothers with us, be buddies with us, help us grow together. Thank you.
Lovely quotes. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Amrita. Which other culture you like other than Indian? Which other culture you like other than Indian?
Good afternoon, everyone. To your question, I think I'm able to give a decent answer. I hope. I had the opportunity to live in the US for nearly 13 years. So I had the chance to observe their culture, the way people behave there. And I do think there are lots of good things that India can learn from the US culture. They are a country of people from various places who come and settle there, but they all feel very strongly towards their nation. They are like totally dedicated to the growth and development of their nation. There are 2-3 things that they are really good at that we could learn from them. One of the things that they are really good at is their work culture. Work is basically God, and everybody works Monday to Friday without fail. Whichever difficulty they take to getting to time on work, they do it. Everything else is second priority, to the extent that sometimes family also is second priority for them, but I'm trying to look at the aspect of work from their angle. And people who have to drive like nearly 1.5 hours away, they start at 5:30 in the morning and they reach the office by 6:30 so that they can have a full day and avoid traffic. So work is one thing that they really do a very good job of working for their country's development. The other thing that I really liked about their culture is how they are very open to all kinds of relationships. You may have heard that there is a lot of divorce and so on happening in the US, but the thing that is really good about those families is they accept all their stepchildren and their relatives as their own. They accept each person for their own individualities, and if they like them, they take them on as their own family. So these 2 things I really enjoyed in the US, and I do like their culture about that. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon guest Kamala. Why do we need vacation?
Yeah, vacations are very important as we all struggle through our own responsibilities and duties for 365 days or for 24 hours a day. So vacation is very important, and it makes us to unwind from our daily duties and to connect with the other new world, to experience a new space from our regular duties.
Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Shanmugavel. Have you met a stranger and got inspired from his work? Have you met a stranger and got inspired from his work?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. I have met the strangers. Once again, madam.
Have you met a stranger, whether in train or in office or
Yes,
in
yes.
any club?
The first time I have visited to North India after my college study, after MSc. Actually, I have studied in St. Xavier's College, in Tirunelveli, Palayam. Even though I have completed my MSc study in zoology, but I was not strong in English. So I have thought I am a postgraduate. If I go to other state also, I can successfully communicate and I will come back. Like that, I have traveled towards North India, that is Bhopal. I have reached Bhopal. That was also in the winter time. I didn't expect the North India in the December, it will be more cold. I have thought in the winter also we can tolerate. Like that, I have taken on a kambal only. Even I didn't take the sweater also. There only I have realized what of the English which I have learned, it was not, I couldn't be able to use. It was not in use. After that, I have found one friend. That person was from Andhra Pradesh. He has realized my problem. Even though I didn't do the reservation, I have traveled by the train. In between, 2 carriages can join the still like section. There only I have traveled. I don't know how to reserve, how to do the reservation like that. With the on-air ticket, I have traveled. That person has helped me, and he has given some ideas where you want to stay, how you can protect your material like that. That science person still I am remembering.
Thank you very much.
Next, I would like to call guest Hema. Which is your favorite destination? Any tourist place?
Good afternoon. So for me, I love to go to the place where you have waterfalls because I just love being there. So that is my favorite destination because you don't have to think about anything. The nature, the greenery, all the stuff. So that is my place. Thank you.
Next, Toastmaster Sree Jaianand. What is the one thing you learned in Toastmasters which inspired you to change?
The one thing which I learned is to handle how we need to handle difficult situations or different personalities that you see in different kind of abilities, and how we can get their knowledge and how professionalism works in the future, and which is very important for my future, and this is the fortune which I have learned through Toastmasters. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call TM Toastmaster Venkataseshan. Is age just a number?
So I got a signal that it's a rap question for you. I don't know, is it because I am 23 or I look like 43? Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Today afternoon, before I came for the Toastmasters meeting, I was watching a Tamil movie. It's called, the name of the movie is Tamil Padam. So the hero, he gives a speech, a public speech which goes on for more than a day. So timeless, endless, I'm waiting for 1 minute to cross. So I learned from there how we can improve our table topics speeches. Age is just a number. This I learned when I went to my son's karate class master. I went and told him, if there is a person, let's say XX age, wants to join karate class, who is above 20, whether you accept him. He said if he has the flexibility and if he has the intent, yes, we could. And I told him, yes, I would like to join karate. And I went for karate class for around 6 months. I was above 40 then. Then my younger son, he joined gymnastics. So with the same eagerness, I went and asked his gymnastics master whether I can do gymnastics. He said, yes, you could. So I went and joined gymnastics. The third class, I had a hip injury. So age is just a number if you have an intent, but you should also know what is your limitations. If you know the limitations and if you aspire for whatever you want to do, yes, age is just a number for you. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Kumaresan. What are the positive changes you see among your friends or people around you in general nowadays? What are the positive changes you see among your friends or people around you in general nowadays?
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Thank you for the great topic.
which makes me to feel so optimistic. So generally, when you say this topic, I was recalling whether you're going to ask the negative thing, because that is the thing we are having a main challenge today. But could you ask me the positive thing? So now, I'm very happy. I'm so optimistic. We are starting the year, the first meeting of the year. We're going to discuss about few positive things. Now, I think in a way, when you want to be more optimistic and positive, it's not only about ourselves. So we need to have a people around us. They should also feel like us. We should get a positive vibrate. And I joined Toastmasters around 6 months back. After joining Toastmasters, I started feeling some changes. Though I was not consistent in Toastmasters, but I could say I started feeling a lot of changes, which is not only improved myself. I started getting appreciation, especially from my wife, the rare appreciation. From my manager, I used to get very often, but this is some rare appreciation. Like she started saying that, okay, now you are a little friendly with time. Even I'm also a very good enemy of time. So that is the one thing I could say. So which made me to think positive. I'm a little okay with time, and which made my kid, she is now 2.5. She started doing the same stuff. She started following me and taking the things and keeping it there exactly what it's to be when you play toys after toys, keeping it over there. So this systematic things or approach, which is something I'm learning from Toastmasters, and I'm sure which is getting reflected in my family members as well. This is the one thing I want to highlight. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you all for participating. I now hand over to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Timer, can you please read out the qualified TT speakers?
Qualified TT speakers are TM Thomas, TM Guru, Toastmaster Ananthan, Toastmaster Shanmugavel, Toastmaster Venkataseshan, Toastmaster Punares. With respect to the TT time, we still have time if we could have some more progress. Just
Yes. Yes, TT Master can continue if you want. Okay.
So we could go for 4 topics.
3 or 4 topics.
82.
Welcome back.
Who should I call? I don't know any volunteers.
Venkataseshan, sir.
Toastmaster Venkataseshan, sir.
Somebody called New Year, no, some new
How should we encourage communication in children? Nowadays they are glued on to their mobile. How should we encourage their communication?
Yeah, mostly not only in terms of communication. Children, they don't go for playing. Basically, they are not fit in terms of their health. Basically, they don't play for a long time. In my when I was a child, we don't come to home. Most of the time, we used to be in the streets, like play with the neighbors, only for dinner or lunch. Basically, to take food only, we used to come to the home. But and also like most of the time we play in terms like cricket or kitty or whatever different games we used to play, but we don't much talk basically. But nowadays I could see in my apartments or other areas, if they come for a play for 40 minutes, they used to talk for 30 minutes. They play only 10 minutes. So I don't think they have issues in communication. In terms of the question, whatever she raised. In terms of physical health, they have to play a lot so that their body will be flexible enough and it will be good for them in their future. Basically, they will be active also. Like I remember like when I was a kid, I was studying in first standard. I need to go to outside and to get the milk at 6 o'clock. Nowadays, people are pushing their kids to get ready for the school. They follow up with the kids. See, now, during my time and all, we used to go along with other friends to the school. Nobody take us to the auto or whatever, some transport, nothing will be there. We need to do our duty. So it's better to make them independent, and if they play well, then physically they will be fit in their future. Thank you.
I agree with him. In our days, there was no TV, nothing. Both my knees are full of scars falling down from cycle, climbing on the trees, and playing in the Vaigai River. It's almost always empty. So I agree with him, like children should be encouraged to play outside. Next, I would like to call some volunteer for the next question. Since the theme is about Dora Dango, let's talk about the dancing Thanjavur dolls, Thanjavur Bommai. What is unique about it?
Thanjavur Bommai is unique about well-known trademark. In profession, we approach that Thanjavur. Rajaraja temple and this toy also is for a well-known mark. Since it was noticed by the registry, they said that well-known marks can be registered without prior use, but they should have a historical monument or something else. Thanjavur dolls are famous for that. I approached last week to the association. They agreed that very soon they are going to file a well-known trademark application and they will get a well-known trademark for that. And I have suggested them just go for a copyright also. It will be useful for the Thanjavur doll. Then we have instructed Piyush Goyal Minister also about that well-known brands available in Tamil Nadu, especially that Iruttukadai Alva. Then I have suggested for the Tirupati Laddu also to get the IPR, well-known mark. These things are very important. The central government has approved that very soon we are going to get Thanjavur Taliyattu Bommai also as a well-known trademark. It's a great pride for Tamil Nadu as well as India. Thank you for this.
Ajay, please.
Toastmaster Ajit, please. Children nowadays want to take a gap year after 12th standard. Should we encourage it? Children nowadays, after finishing the 12th, they want to take a gap year. Should we encourage it?
I strongly say don't encourage it. If they can do it first year, that's the best. Sometimes getting gap is like getting more time to think and think and think. For example, last month my daughter had exam. She was praying to postpone the exam for the next week. Their teacher had a different mind. They conducted all the exam like take. So all the exams are over in 6 consecutive days. Her friends got the exam postponed to the starting of the year. So after New Year. So what happens? There is no benefit of extending that exam because it's December vacation, New Year celebration, coming back to college, and maybe taking vacations, going outside. So in effect, when we get more time, we lose the prioritization. Getting shorter time give that sense of urgency, prioritize what is needed best. So it's about how we prioritize the time to get most out of it. Thank you.
Any more volunteers? Speakers. Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster. Can you suggest the importance of a hobby or a skill or a sport we need to have nowadays?
Thank you for the question to TT Master. Very good evening to one and all present here. It is definitely mandatory for us to have a hobby because during COVID, many of you would have encountered. Till they gave COVID shutdown, we were literally running to college, clinic, don't know. Once they gave a vacation, I don't know what to do. I was literally going to depression, what to do. Then during that time, I realized that I have some talents and I started practicing that. I love singing. So till then I was a bathroom singer. Then I sing very few songs that I know by heart. And whenever my friends ask, I used to sing the same songs. But during this COVID break, lockdown, I learned more than 65 songs and I joined the Star Maker and I started singing that. And after they reopened, I couldn't sing even one song after that. So it is definitely needed, especially in natural calamities or when we are left out, to prevent us from becoming depressed, or we definitely need a hobby. Over to you.
That's a good revelation. I would have asked you to sing instead of the question. I hand over to Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. We had nice topics and nice responses. One response I would like to tell, which is with the team. Toastmaster Kumareshan well said. Toastmaster not only influenced him alone, it also influenced his 2.5 years daughter. So if one person is in Toastmaster, entire family will be in Toastmasters, like Toastmaster Ajit's family. So we are able to realize the importance of Toastmasters by ourselves. Now I am handing over the session to Timer, can you please read out the names of the qualified speakers?
I will read the names again from the top. TM Thomas, TM Guru, Toastmaster Amrita, Toastmaster Shanmugavel, Toastmaster Venkataseshan, Toastmaster Kumaresan, Toastmaster Tamiravel, Toastmaster Venkatesan, Toastmaster Ajay, Toastmaster Prabha.
Thank you, Timer. Now I request all of you to vote for the TT speaker whom you feel the best. Now I hand over the session to the General Evaluator to conduct the evaluation session.
Thank you, Toastmaster. In the beginning, I mentioned about taking a pen and paper or taking a mental note of the proceedings over here. Now it's time for you to compare the notes along with the evaluators and the tag players. We listened to 3 speeches which are rollicking, right? They were humorous, inspirational, informational, whatnot. Everything was there in those speeches. Now I have the evaluators to intercept their actions, their thoughts and everything, and they will be coming here and providing their evaluation. The purpose of the evaluation is to provide constructive feedback so that we know what are the positive areas and areas for improvement as well. And those areas of improvement will help the speakers to come again to the stage and talk about the things that they want to deliver in a manner that is more conducive for the spectators as such. Now, first of all, to evaluate Toastmaster Barath's speech, we have a multi-talented personality who has excelled in various activities or various fields, whether it is auditing, accounting, finance, data scientist. This is the person to go to. And for the past few terms, we had approached this person for auditing also. Please, the new ExCom, please note down this. Okay, I am really glad to welcome Toastmaster Shankar back to Medley.
Good afternoon, everyone. Toastmaster Barath has delivered the project from the body language, introduction of body language and voice varieties. So I personally feel that this is one of the important and critical project, because this project, it's talk about both verbal communication as well as the non-verbal communication as mentioned by general evaluator. So although the most of the experienced speaker may fail miserably because of non-verbal communications, let us see how the target speaker, Toastmaster Barath, has performed today. I think I personally feel that Toastmaster Barath, you are using with the different varieties, voice as well as the stage effectively, and also I see that in those 5 to 7 minutes I was seeing that it's like a mini series which is happening. Kudos to you. And the poster, hand gestures, everything was excellent. I'm very happy about that. Another important thing which I like to admire about it, it's very different to use your subject line by the end. You are different, I am different. That catch, really, I love it. There are certain areas I personally feel that you may need to work on. One is that I feel that most of the places it's like acting, where you have the scope to improve or convey your message effectually. One such message is that I think your reputation has improved. What happened? It has gone as the fly, because most of the audience may not recognize what you achieved. Probably if you stay there and raise the voice, yes, I have achieved, then as an audience, I can recognize what you achieved. And although yes, I mentioned that you are using with the different voice, but in some of the places the tone it's flat. It is not going up and down. It's complete flat. And third, very important thing is that eye contact, because as a speaker, it is very important for the eye contact, because you are focusing on the first 2 rows of the audience, but later the last bench, probably you may ignore it. And the last and very important thing is that it is evident that you had sprinkled with the humors, but as an audience digest and start recognizing it, you started running it. Probably you may need to work on certain aspect or pace tone on your the tone of the speech. Overall, it was the excellent speech, because Toastmaster gives for body language and as well as the vocal variety. You did a phenomenal job. But however, if you could consider with some other suggestions, your next speech will be the amazing one. Over to you.
Now to evaluate Toastmaster's Pearl speech, we have a Toastmaster who has the largest collection of motivational quotes as well as smileys. Whenever I wake up, I see WhatsApp. And the first thing I see here is some motivational quotes from Toastmaster Sundaresan. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Sundaresan.
Good evening to you all. A special good evening to Speaker Madam Toastmaster Pearl. Aligned with the speech objective, let me deliver my evaluation speech according to speech delivery and speech content. Speech delivery was awesome, as usual. You love English language, so good words. Beginning was pretty good with the power of leadership. The moment you said leadership, I know in our Toastmasters platform, these are some of the favorite words every Toastmaster might have delivered or might have listened that a speech. Leadership is one of that word. You mentioned about the symphony conductor who stands there as a leader, and the whole band for him is the follower of that. You moved into that and mentioned the connection, the relation between the leader and the follower of the band, who is the conductor of the band. Then you gave the examples of Nelson Mandela, Madame Curie, and you mentioned one word, unsung followers also, a possibility in that leadership circle also. These are all highlighted points from your speech delivery. Really, it was interesting when you mentioned that in a company, the visionary can be the CEO, but the actual executing people are the people who work with them. That propels that vision. It's beautiful words, propels that vision. And really I like the way you said that collective progress, individual benefits are there and all these things. And when I knew to the speech content of these things, certainly you have done homework, and I received, as you provided me the feedback of the previous evaluator, I can focus on 2 points: the preparation of your speech and no quitting point mentioned by that first evaluator. Certainly you have prepared well all these things. You have taken the good topic, that itself shows it's a good thing. But the areas of improvement from a friendly Toastmaster like me, I can suggest your speech was abrupt. I know you love English language and you write poems also. Do you agree? Yes. Will you stop halfway a poem reading or writing? Then why in a speech? Enjoy every speech like your signature speech. Write it, complete it, and come and deliver it. We are here to listen your speech. We are here to encourage you. This is my 20th year in Toastmasters. So I am here to listen beautiful speeches. So make every speech as your signature speech. And I'll tell you one mantra of mine which will be helpful to you in Toastmasters. Speak with confidence and speak with passion. The moment you add the ingredient, you can ask your mother. She might be adding that flavor in the kitchen. When you add that passion, the whole scenario of your speech changes. So good wishes, good luck. Wish to hear more speeches from you. Hope you take it.
Thank you, Toastmaster. To evaluate DTM Sundaraman's speech, we have a Toastmaster who is a very passionate Toastmaster, who has an attention for detail, eye for detail. And her evaluation is more like a symphony of motivation as well as inspirational quotes. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Presiding.
At some point of our lives, we all get a chance to raise a toast. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Wedding, birthdays, and I'm sure all of us have done this last week when we said, cheers, Happy New Year to you all. Good afternoon to all my fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I am here to evaluate a special occasion speech, a very important speech in our Pathways journey. What I liked about this speech, it was short and sweet, brave and brief. Sir stands here, calls for celebration, makes all of us be part of this celebration. And it was a very beautiful move. It was very clear to whom was this toast being raised. It was for Toastmaster founder Ralph Medley. And why was it important to raise a toast? Even I was curious to know. It was needed. Thank you for telling us this year, this 2024 October, we will be celebrating 100th year of Toastmastering. That was the best part of this. And it is said when you give such speech, don't think of being perfect on stage. Don't try to be eloquent or the perfection. Toastmaster says here, you try to be genuine because you are talking from your heart, especially during such occasions. So with this speech, I have one recommendation. When I was going through this journal and I was reading what are the etiquettes to do while you're raising a toast, there's one specific point which said, introduce yourself and tell how you are connected to this organization. When I'm called to raise a toast, I must say who I am and why is it necessary for me to stand here and raise a toast. And I'm sure if that was known to Sir, he would have definitely said how this contributed towards his personal growth, and would have loved to hear that from Sir. It is said, the more you celebrate, there is more celebration in life. And this was the right day to raise a toast, not just to celebrate 100th year, also because we have a new team who is going to drive this journey now. So cheers to this elixir of life. Thank you.
Thank you, evaluators. Now, did you compare your notes and mental note on the evaluation as well? Okay, good. Fine. So now I would like to ask the timer, Toastmaster Jagan. Do we have any disqualification, or can you let us know the qualified evaluators?
The qualified evaluators are Shankar, Toastmaster Shankar, Toastmaster Sandhya, Toastmaster.
All three have qualified. Okay, good. Now, if you have got the voting link, please vote for the best evaluator. Now, I would like to call the tag players, timer, or counter, and grammarian to provide their reports. First, I would like to call the timer, Toastmaster Jagan, to provide his timer report.
Probably the tag, we get the least applause. Very tired. But
busy voting.
Can you complete it?
So for the timer's report, we had 3 prepared speeches. The first prepared speech, Barath, took 6 minutes 25 seconds. The second prepared speech, Pearl, took 3 minutes 50 seconds. The third prepared speech, Sundaraman, took 4 minutes 20 seconds. With respect to the evaluators, Shankar took 2 minutes 52 seconds. Sundaresan, who has left, he took 3 minutes 23 seconds. Priyadarshini took 2 minutes 40 seconds. And the table topic speakers, that is a list that please pardon, I'm going on with this. DTM Thomas took 1 minute 56 seconds. DTM Guru took, apologies, I raised the red card. Apologies, it was 1 minute. I raised the red card at the wrong time, but please pardon me.
Yeah.
He was about to finish, so no marks taken from me. DTM Thomas 1 minute 56 seconds. DTM Guru 1 minute 47 seconds. Toastmaster Amrita took 1 minute 56 seconds. Guest Kamala took 27 seconds. Toastmaster Shanmugavel took 2 minutes 9 seconds. Guest Hema took 21 seconds. Toastmaster Sree Jaianand took 37 seconds. Toastmaster Venkataseshan took 1 minute 47 seconds. Toastmaster Kumareshan took 1 minute 51 seconds. Toastmaster Tamilavel took 1 minute 45 seconds. And Toastmaster Venkataseshan took 1 minute 21 seconds. Toastmaster Ajay took 1 minute 24 seconds. Toastmaster Pravda took 1 minute 20 seconds. The installation ceremony, I appreciate whoever did the agenda. There was a lot of buffer time so that we could include the table topics. 15 minutes was given. We only took kudos to the area director. No marks. It is your duty. 7 minutes 40 seconds. And the presiding officer's address, the incoming presiding officer's address, 5 minutes 32 seconds. The Toastmaster of the day was given 7 minutes at the start and 3 minutes at the end. 4 minutes 16 seconds she took at the start, and in between, when DTM Sundaraman was preparing, she took 2 minutes 50 seconds. Kudos to you for filling it up. Over to the G.
You all heard Toastmaster Jagan, how bad he was feeling, right? So, what's your duty? You have to bring the house down with your applauses. Already down, no? Fine. So, let us call the R counter, Toastmaster Pravina Sriram, to provide her reports. Thank you.
Just like the word of the day, today we have a filler word of the day. Can someone guess what the filler word of the day is?
Basically,
things. Things. There was a college thing, another thing, and all these things. Things. So many people used things so many times. That can be a word. As for the fluent, impeccable, and crystal clear delivery, kudos to Toastmaster Prasanna, Area Director Toastmaster Saravanan, DTM Guru Prasad, Toastmaster Barath, Toastmaster Ann, Toastmaster Jagan, and Toastmaster Priyadarshini. As for few other speakers, there were quite a few ums and ahs and thingy stuff which can be avoided. So what is the reason for an R counter to be on stage and do some moral policing? It's basically for us to improve our deliveries so that we also get impeccable and fluent. It is lovely to listen to speakers giving such wonderful delivery. So how do we do that? It's also important that we give a few tips so that we can avoid it in our future sessions like I just did now. From my experience, some are born speakers who can just deliver speeches fluently even when they are got up from their sleep. Others, they do a lot of preparation. For some people, we need a lot of preparation. Actually, from the mind, we can talk a lot. But then when it comes to opening our mouth, it is a different game altogether. We make that mistake. There are so many occasions when even I rehearse in my mind, thinking I can come here and talk, but actually it doesn't happen so. If it's the case with many other people like me, it's very important that we practice first what we have to speak, then come here and try speaking. So basically it's practice, 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 which will help us to avoid using these ums and ahs and other filler words and repetitive words. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to call Toastmaster Sree, the grammarian, for providing the report. How many papers you have got? How many papers you have got? I know, because when Toastmaster Pearl speaks, at least one page will be there, and there will be PTO also. Please turn over. Okay.
I got to listen so many excellent words and phrases today, but I'm a bit disappointed that only Barath had used mine. Maybe it's difficult to incorporate. Okay, fine. I'll start with Prasanna Vani. Like I couldn't write all the words she had, not all the quotes or something that I couldn't write, but something which I could write that I am reading out. The words are empower, cascade, and the phrase art of communicating with creativity. And one more I gave, sorry, I couldn't, more I gave that I couldn't write. It was then from Anuradha, it is Doro Dango, it is a Japanese art form. Then from Toastmaster Saravanan, words are orchestrate, critical thinking, conservative. Then from the first speaker, Barath, you are different, snoozing game, yelling, redemption phase, reluctance, restoring back company's pride. Those are the words I wrote down. Then second speaker, Pearl. When she was practicing, I used to listen those words, so I could write more words from her speech. Sorry for that. Orchestration, symphony, harmony, visionary. This is actually just by heart, that's I am. Phrases, orchestration of a symphony, chart a course, harmony to the composition, monumental change, symbiotic relationship. The words used are subservience, pivotal, resilience, realms, pioneering, orchestration, marveled, like that. Then third speaker, sense of gratitude. Words he used was perseverance, trademark. Then one quote that is, we learn the best at the moment of enjoyment. TT speaker, Toastmaster Thomas sir used the quote, failure makes you successful. Then Toastmaster Guru Prasad used the word clandestine, is that right? Clandestine. Amrita said, help us grow together. So I'm sorry, that is from Guru Prasad sir. Then Amrita, work is God. Then TT is speaker, Venkataseshan used the phrase, age is just a number. Then Kumaresan used the word optimistic. Toastmaster Ajit, sense of urgency. Kausalya used TT Master, revelation. Toastmaster Sundaresan, quote, speak with confidence, speak with passion. Toastmaster Priyadarshini, more you celebrate, more you have celebration in life. That's all, thank you. It was an excellent session and with a lot of, filled with a lot of takeaways. Thank you.
I know it's a grammarian's delight, right? To write all the 3 papers. Okay. So have all the tag players qualified? We normally don't know, but I'm asking. Yeah, okay, good. So now it's time for voting for the best tag player. You would have got the voting link. Please vote for the best tag player. Timer, accountant, and grammarian. Now it's time for me to provide the overall feedback. If you could just lift your face and see me, I can provide the feedback. Okay, nice. So it started with 3 parameters. Okay, one is preparation, organization, as well as performance. In all the 3 parameters, I have evaluated the overall meeting proceedings. First thing is on the pre-meeting preparation. Lot of effort has gone inside the pre-meeting preparation. The agendas, calling all the role players, ensuring that they attend the meeting, and ensuring all these things are done. Toastmaster Prada deserves a lot of applause for that. One thing I would say here is, although the meeting room is full, appears to be full, okay, so we are a 55 members strong club, and we can see 25 members out here. What happened to those 30? Please pull in those members also in the upcoming meeting so that this hall will be full. From Sergeant Tom's speech, I would say smiles and claps. That was a very good way of introducing about the Toastmasters meeting. But one improvement area I would say here is, please memorize the mission of the club. That is more important. Then President, actually that's a good gesture to share the pin or to pass over the pin to the upcoming President as such. So that's a good gesture, I would say. Then during the induction, the area director did a fantastic job, I guess. Fantastic job, I guess. So then TMOD, I have always heard about DTM, Distinguished Toastmasters. This is the first time I'm hearing about BTM, ATM, before Toastmaster and after Toastmaster. Excellent. Speeches, actually there is a lot of variety in the speeches. One takeaway I would say here is why bosses have cabin. Okay, I understood why the bosses have cabin. The second thing I would say here is that's DTM Sundararaman. I would say that's an innovative way of raising the toast, and I appreciate your way of bringing in the apple juice and bringing it, giving it to us. But you missed the TMOD. Next time when you bring in, please give the TMOD also. Then TT Master, I would say very simple topics, and you have got a lot of stage time over here, and you utilized very perfectly. But the topics were like vacation, destination, all those stuff. But except one thing, why it's so like, if ignorance is bliss, why seek knowledge? And especially to TTM Thomas on that. Okay, let us talk over a cup of coffee outside. Okay. But one suggestion I would say here is when the guests are there, like or somebody who is speaking for less than 1 minute, you can ask some prompts or questions so that they also can talk like 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes, and let them disqualify in 2.5 minutes rather than less than 1 minute. Tag player did a wonderful job, a lot of details in their evaluations, and evaluation it was very good. But I would say one thing: please provide some actionable feedback so that the next time when they come and talk, they will be able to implement those actionable feedbacks as such. Overall, I would say it's a great meeting, and I I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting, and I'm sure like all the guests, you have got some takeaway in this meeting as well. Over to Toastmasters today. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, superstar of Medley, Toastmaster Saravanan. Careful focus and consistent work for several hours can make a mud to a Dorodondo. Likewise, as Prof. C. Medley's vision, Toastmaster also can convert an ordinary man to a superman in all aspects, including communication skill, leadership skill, and other things. So as a VPM of Medley, I request all the members to actively participate in our club activities. Then Dorodondo, since it's a mud, it is very fragile. We should handle with care. But Toastmasters are not fragile. We are strong. We know how to take care of ourselves and others during an emergency or critical situation. So my dear guests, I assure you, we will take care of you in developing your skills when you join Toastmasters. For that, நீங்க வந்தா மட்டும் போதும். Toastmasters will bring out the hidden talents and will improve you in all aspects. I took this theme, Dorodondo, as today's theme to express my gratitude towards Medley and Toastmaster to convert me from a mud to Dorodondo. Since the theme, I want to start with the word and end with the word Dorodondo. So, Yan Petra Inbam Peruga Ivayagam. Likewise, I feel everyone should know about Toastmasters and get benefit from that. Thank you. Now I request all of you to vote for the role players whom you feel the best. Over to the President, Toastmaster Prasanna Vani. Thank you once again. With the Dorodondo.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anuradha. Meetings may be ephemeral, but the learnings are not. This meeting has been a wonderful meeting. I'm sure Sree is happy now. Yeah. We had a lot of learnings to take away, didn't we? I'm sure all of us will implement these learnings at our various walks in our life. Let us have a feedback from the guests who joined us. We couldn't get your feedback at the initial stages. So, would you like to come here and share your feedback? Yeah. Your
Thank
good
you.
name.
Yeah, my name is
President.
Presiding.
Yeah, President.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Toastmasters. It's my third visit here as a guest. So last two times I really enjoyed, and same way today as well. Learned a lot of new things. Like each and every time I join here, I definitely go with a lot of. I take back a lot of good values, including the terms Dorodondo or whatever like that. So it's good. I feel a little bit shame when I skip the TT topic. Though the master approached me, I skipped it. Perhaps like now I should join as a member to avoid such wonderful opportunities that it's me. So perhaps I would like to join as a member as early as possible. And for the feedback, yeah, like a lot of learnings. Yeah, like now we all know like a lot of things. But when it comes to speak, I mean, when we are trying to speak out, like no, I really know what is the shortcomings, so I need to improve on it. So a lot of good takeaways for me. Maybe that this meeting again motivates me to join as a member. So I think that is one of the success. And thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes, there will be some inhibition within all of us. Like, should we take up? Should we do this? And Toastmasters is a place where you're safe to take up all the opportunities, try, maybe fail, but definitely succeed in the long run. May I now have another guest, Kamala, to please kindly come over and share your feedback on this meeting.
Regarding the meeting, it was very well organized, and we get to know about what is the agenda and what is the primary motto, and all the sections were really able to understand what is the motto and everything. So it was very welcoming to know about the Toastmasters. Thank you.
Guest Hema, could you please come and share a few words?
So good afternoon. I have just come 2 weeks before, so I have seen most of your faces. Only few faces I have missed. So I'm Hema, a sports physiotherapist. I know a couple of my friends are here. So I just want to become like them. That's why I'm here. Like an empty vessel or like mud water, Anu has told. I'm just like that. I want to become one of the superstars, one of the Thomas, like I'm right, my friend Priya and Pravda, Anu. I just want to become one among like that, like them. That's why I'm here. So still for me, everything looks like Greek and Latin. Like a timer, evaluator, everything looks like, oh, what is that? Okay. So you just lose confidence, but that's okay. It's only second day. Once I become the member of the Toastmaster Club, I think I can also do like them. So looking forward to
Yes, guest Hema, we have a booth for guests to get to know about the various things which they don't understand about the Toastmasters program. So you could get all your doubts clarified, and Toastmaster Anuradha will be there, and she'll be happy to help you out with that. With this, let's go to the results of today's meeting.
So I recently visited Coimbatore Toastmasters Club. When the meeting starts, the presiding officer, as a parliamentary procedure, they said, they first ask for the acceptance of agenda, and somebody seconds it, it is minuted. Then they are also asking acceptance of the previous week's meeting minutes, and one of the members seconds it, it is also minuted. I'm not sure whether it is a strict parliamentary procedure or they are following it uniquely, but it seemed good. It looks very professional. So I recommend that we can also follow that this year onwards.
Thank you for the suggestion. The best speaker goes to Toastmaster Barath. The best table topic speaker goes to distinguished Toastmaster Guru Prasad. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Priyadashni Mayu. We are yet to get the others. Yeah. Coming to the announcements, as we said earlier, we will have an education booth where Toastmaster Pravda will be there. You can get your doubts clarified with respect to pathways, base camp. And Toastmaster Anuradha will be there helping the guests understand the various proceedings. And I'll be here. We have 2 district recognitions coming up now. One is the HPL project and the Emerging Leader project. Those in level 4 and level 5 who are planning to do manage projects successfully, manage change, and HPL projects will be eligible to apply for this award. And they've also released this bingo card for new members, ex-com officers, and seasoned members. You can go through those and you can reach out for any clarifications on that to help us with you, in achieving those recognitions. So let me take the other awards. The best tag role player goes to Toastmaster Praveena. And the best role player, I'm still waiting for this award. It's a tough competition, I guess.
Is it dry?
There was more surprise which I announced. We have one more surprise in this meeting, which is related to the theme Dori Dango. You will see that surprise outside along with the tea and the snacks. It's an edible. It's gulab jamun. That's a treat from the XCOM, incoming XCOM. And the best road player goes to Toastmaster Anuradha. Yes, with this we adjourn this meeting number 763. Thank you all.
The third speaker made what is normally virtual real. I must compliment him. We have got to have something, normally people don't do this.
But I have an objection on the third speaker. Those are not given with apple juice.